Something is shifting behind closed doors, and Archangel Michael speaks again. You are being observed by eyes not meant to see you rise. A woman cloaked in stillness but blazing with silent intention lurks behind your steps, weaving threads of deception under the cover of calm, calculating your softness, mapping your rhythm, waiting for the next opening, and the moment she has waited for is almost here. This isn't her first betrayal, it's a repetition of shadows, but now, she is sharper, more patient, more familiar with the cadence of your trust. While you've been healing, she's been rehearsing. Her weapon is subtle, words dipped in honey, alliances wrapped in smiles, kindness rehearsed like theater, but the heavens have seen her choreography, and the divine has begun dismantling her illusion before it lands. That unease you've been feeling, the tight breath, the restless thoughts, that's not imagination. It's your spirit's early warning system, an inner alarm set off by unseen moves. You're not imagining it. You're being divinely alerted. Type Amen to receive confirmation 333. Her presence is warm, her eyes seem gentle, but her tongue moves in poisoned circles. She doesn't want what you have. She wants to unravel what you've built with love and scars. Someone from within your space is dripping her information in secret, a leak disguised as loyalty, sending her updates like coordinates. You've already started noticing the strange behavior, delays, detours, unexpected silence. That's not coincidence. That's her echo, and Archangel Michael says again, do not be shaken. Her web will break before it tightens. Her stage will collapse before the scene begins. Type Amen to get blessing 777. She's rewriting your memories, distorting your story, preparing to wear the victim's robe while loading blame onto your shoulders. She whispers and then watches, planting seeds of misdirection, maneuvering in the dark like a puppeteer pulling at invisible strings. And soon, she will cast you as the enemy in the story she's telling others. She's already testing boundaries, probing loyalties, casting hooks into people you love, waiting to see who bites. But what she doesn't realize is the divine has already intercepted her scheme. The net she built will catch her, not you. Type Amen to receive insight 114. Have your dreams felt strange lately? That's not random. It's transmission. Vivid symbols, snakes, shadows, cold stares, these aren't imagination, they're revelations. You're being given spiritual blueprints of what's happening beyond the veil. Her fuel is envy. Her drive is old resentment. She doesn't understand how you continue to glow through storms, so she seeks to dim you by default. But your life is angel-guarded. Her trap can't pierce what's divinely shielded. Type Amen for affirmation 212. Archangel Michael speaks softly but firmly, stay aware. Not afraid. This is not fear. This is spiritual awareness. She's repeating old cycles under a new costume. You've met her spirit before, in different names, different faces, but always the same playbook, gather with whispers, confuse with doubt. But this time, her audience is waking up. The fog is lifting. The veil is thinning. And the truth she tried to bury is beginning to breathe. Type Amen for blessing 525. There will be slip-ups, overheard conversations, accidental exposures. Her name will fall from lips in places she never expected. The dots will connect. What didn't make sense before will now form a perfect picture. You'll recognize every delay, every shift in tone, every unexpected resistance as part of her shadow game. But you don't need to fight. You only need to stay grounded. Your alignment is your armor. Your truth is your sword. And her storm cannot find you in your peace. Type Amen to receive blessing 999. She's watching silently, analyzing, mimicking, studying what makes you shine because your light unsettles her shadows. Soon, she will try to return to your orbit, cloaked in coincidences, hoping to slip through emotional backdoors. But trust the rejection your spirit feels. That's divine intervention. You don't owe her space or explanation. You owe yourself stillness. Type Amen to receive blessing 414. This isn't about petty conflict. This is warfare against your destiny. She senses the pivot, the elevation, the transformation radiating from your being. She fears the future you're stepping into, so she tries to pull you into the past. But the cords she's tugging have already snapped. She's battling a ghost of who you used to be, but you've already risen. Type Amen to receive blessing 858. Every misstep she takes is exposing her more. The people she thought were puppets are beginning to pull away. Her grip weakens by the hour. You'll hear of her downfall before you feel its effects. A message. A warning. A name whispered in apology. Let it all confirm what your soul always knew. You were chosen for elevation, not confinement. Type Amen to get blessing 313. Her fortress is cracking. Those who stood with her are now stepping back, quietly removing their names from her list. The truth is louder than her lies. The people she whispered to are seeing through the illusion. And soon, one of them will come forward with confirmation. Not for drama, but for truth. And when it happens, you'll feel no need for revenge. You'll feel freedom. Type Amen to receive blessing 888. There will be a defining moment, a full circle echo that ends this chapter. She will no longer have a place to hide. Her performance will fall flat. Her crowd will walk away. And you, without saying a word, will stand untouched. Not because you fought back, but because heaven fought for you. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. What she meant for harm became your fire of transformation. You are no longer who she plotted against. You have transcended. Your boundaries are fortified. Your light is pure. Her trap was never yours, it was a mirror for her own intent. Every lie, every scheme, every whisper became a rope tightening around her own feet. And now, her story ends not with your fall, but with your rise. Type Amen to receive blessing 1717. People will now speak of you with reverence. Even those who never defended you will shift their tone. They will recognize the grace with which you handled betrayal. They'll say, they didn't have to explain. They were protected. And you'll know, it was divine alignment, not chance. Type Amen to receive blessing 9993. Her power has dissolved. Her influence now turns to isolation. The very people she leaned on are stepping into silence, afraid of the energy that follows her. What was meant to wound you has now exposed her. You are now walking into divine reversal. Type Amen to receive blessing 655. You've been extracted from poisonous cycles. From hidden envy dressed as friendship. From manipulation masked as love. Now, you're stepping into peace. Into visibility. Into rooms where your spirit is honored, not drained. Everything she tried to stop is now being fast-tracked. And the more you rise, the more invisible she becomes. Type Amen to get blessing 8484. One who once stood with her, defended her lies, now feels the shame rising. They will reach out, not with gossip, but with remorse. You'll hear an apology in their voice, not because they were forced, but because they saw you endure with grace. If your soul allows, accept. But never forget, you were never the villain. Type Amen to receive blessing 3030. The woman who built the trap will now feel every brick of it crumble beneath her. Publicly. Slowly. Without escape. You will rise, not because you retaliated, but because divine law has spoken. She moved with shadows, but you were always walking with light. Type Amen for closure 1199. Her chapter is closing. She will become a story you tell in reflection, a lesson carved in your spirit, a door you will never reopen. Now only those who bring peace will remain in your orbit. Her betrayal didn't destroy you, it revealed your strength. Type Amen to receive blessing 4444. Now the curtain falls. The whispers become echoes. Her stage collapses under truth. And her voice loses all weight. Archangel Michael says, the soil of her plot has turned to stone. Nothing will grow. You now walk in power that cannot be dimmed. Type Amen to receive blessing 4040. What she built in darkness is now unraveling in the light. Her name will no longer intimidate, it will be remembered as a warning. And your name, once questioned, will rise as a standard. Type Amen to receive blessing 2323. Soon, something sacred will be offered, a door, a gift, a confirmation. Not because you demanded it, but because you chose elevation over vengeance. She will be mentioned again, but it will sound like distance. You won't feel anger. Only freedom. Type Amen for release 3333. The energy has shifted. The wheel has turned. Her actions are collapsing in on themselves. Silence surrounds her where once there was attention. The divine has retrieved what she tried to steal. Not to punish her, but to awaken her. Type Amen for Justice 6161. You are now being lifted to places where her name cannot echo. What she tried to take was never hers. And now, the cost of her decisions is unfolding. You won't need to explain. Life will be the lesson. You will be the elevation. Type Amen for reward 7474. You'll feel lighter. The war is over. The grip is gone. And your blessings are arriving like waves. What she meant for your delay has accelerated your purpose. And right before her eyes, you will build again, stronger, holier, higher. Type Amen to receive blessing 2828. You were always safe. Always watched. Always covered. Her shadows never stood a chance against your light. Type Amen to seal it, 8888. She thought she was playing a quiet game, but the universe amplified every move she made, every whisper she shared, every lie she carefully placed in the path behind you is now glowing like a trail of fire, revealing her intentions to everyone she thought she had fooled. The energy around her is tightening like a noose woven from her own decisions, and the silence she relied on is cracking into noise she can't control. You are being elevated and she is being exposed, not because you fought back but because you stayed aligned with your truth. The whispers about you are turning into conversations about her, and the false support she once received is now crumbling under the weight of clarity. You will notice people treating you differently, not out of guilt but out of realization. They're seeing the truth unfold like a prophecy fulfilled. What once tried to break you has now positioned you for breakthrough, and the pain she projected onto you is being returned to sender, not with vengeance but with divine symmetry. She cannot outrun the echo of her own actions, and the trap she admired in secret is becoming the very reason her influence fades publicly. Her silence is no longer strategy, it's surrender. Those who once believed her are now whispering their regrets, watching your peace expand while her chaos implodes. Let them talk, let them realize, let them face what you were strong enough to endure. Archangel Michael says your spirit has been marked for protection and purpose, and nothing born of deception will touch your destiny. Every attempt to drag your name has now elevated your recognition. Every shadow cast has now made your light more distinct. She doesn't understand how you're still standing, but she will learn that you are covered by something greater than strategy. Your strength is sacred. And in the quiet aftermath of her unraveling, you will feel the shift, not with vengeance but with validation. This is your recompense, not for what you lost, but for what you chose not to become. Type Amen to get blessing 9191. The door she used to enter your life has been sealed by divine hands. No whispers can unlock it, no lies can pry it open. You are now walking in clarity that burns away confusion before it even takes root. Your next season is already being shaped by divine design, and every betrayal is now blueprint for blessing. You will no longer be available for manipulation, for chaos in disguise, for friendships that feast on your downfall. You will hear of her again, but only as a cautionary tale told in rooms where you're being honored. The divine isn't done, it's just getting started. Type Amen to get blessing 1010.